Okay, I'm back. I had a little problem. I was knocking over dead trees at the back of my property, which is about 2,000 yards away from my barn. And a tree fell on us. Well, when I say us, I mean the tractor and myself. And it pinned us down. And I finally got free. And I've got bad hips. And I had to walk back to the barn to get a chainsaw. And on the way back, I had to take a couple breaks to let my hips get back in a position where I can use them. And I decided at that point there that I'll never go back in the back of my property to do any kind of tree service or anything like that unless I have my chainsaw. But I didn't want to just put my chainsaw in the bucket and carry it that way, so I decided to make a holster for it, or a cradle, whatever you want to call it. And this is what I decided to do. I have two pieces of plywood, exterior plywood. I waterlocked it and then I painted it. And to make a groove for the chainsaw to fit in, I took my router and I routed a section out of the one board, so the thickness of my chainsaw blade, so it'll fit in here, and you'll see that shortly here. And the aluminum foil, what I've discovered in the past is if I take two pieces of wood that have been painted and I put them together, when I go to separate them, they stick together. This way here, if I have an aluminum foil on it, and what I do, I paint it, and while the paint is still wet, I lay the aluminum foil down. It automatically sticks to it. That way there, when it comes time to separate it or do whatever I need to do, I can separate it and the paint isn't sticking together. I've learned that a long time ago. Then I went out and I got a 1/8" steel and I bent it to shape and drilled the holes, and I routed this section out for it also. I could have put plywood or pieces of other steel to, instead of having to router this out, just go in here and build it up with the thickness of the chainsaw blade, but I had a router handy, so I decided to do it like this. Then I take these two pieces, I put them in here like this, and put the top on here, and I screw it down. All right, I got that. So what I do now, these parts here, this is going to be a little spacer that's going to fit in between the tractor and this part here. That's going to go like that. And on this side here, rather than just have washers, I figured I'd take another piece here and just make it a little sturdier, put it like that. Then I take my screws that I have and I put them in here. And these are a little long, but this is what I have right now, so that's what I have to use. Alright, so I have it like that. Then I found a piece of 1/4" steel. This is going to be my backing plate. That way there, when it gets mounted onto the tractor, this goes underneath, and we'll walk over here right now and I'll show you what I'm doing, how this mounts. Now, I already pre-drilled all the holes, so I'm not going to bore anybody with that. This here is going to go back here, and these are my holes here that this here is going to fit into. Alright, I have it like that. Then I come in here. And now the other thing is, these are factory holes, so I'm not going to drill any new holes into my tractor. And I line these holes here up with these holes here. And what that's going to do, let me mount this here. See my head for a second. That gets mounted in there like that. And now I take this and okay, and I take this, and I'm not going to show you underneath because all I'm doing is putting our screws into the holes, so it's not very. All right, now I have that mounted in the back here. Let me put a nut on here. Alright, all I'm doing is putting a nut on here now, and if I can get it on. Okay, now I have that mounted there. And now I put my two screws in here. And I'll put the nuts on in a second. Let me put the nuts on. Okay, so we got the nuts on there. Everything is secured here. All right, so now what I do, now this is a 10-inch blade or a saw bar. I take that, slide it in here like this. Put it on like that. Now, whenever I need a chainsaw, I have it with me. I also have a longer chainsaw with an 18-inch bar, which will fit in here, but I figure I'll just, probably the majority of the time I'll have my 10-inch bar in there. So that's what I decided to come up with. And this is how it's gonna work now. And I hope somebody else can benefit from this video. I'll never be caught in the woods pushing down trees without a chainsaw with me. So, as always, my videos are free. Thank you for watching.